Gufa Mekoimai comes along the Ramah. So far, simple. Anything else is also, anything that's munach there is aser. Okay. Okay, let's see. But if there's no money there, so then it's mutter to be metaltal. Now there's a chiddush. Let's say you have something that you were miyached to hold money. You know, maybe it's a money belt or something like that. And there was no money in there as of when Shabbos came in. Comes again to Shulchan Aruch, and he says, so then you know what? This thing is mutter. It's mutter l'taltal afilu yichtal l'mayis. And v'nichem alemi by join came in shitzelkum because you took it off before ben hashmashis. Sounds like a simple thing. You have a purse, a money pouch or something like that. You're miyached for mayis. Shulchan Aruch says you're allowed to move it. So, l'chayr kina shel tarnagoyim. Why isn't it a kina shel tarnagoyim? So maybe ulai, what? No, kina shel tarnagoyim is something that has a status that's oimit to hold isser. Yeah, but maybe we should look at it as something that's oimit to hold the muksa. What? Okay, it's the same rayon. The truth is that right away comes again the Ramah, and the Ramah says it's a kli shemakta isser. It's a kli shemakta yesser, which you see, Rabbi Lieberman, he's on the right track. You see, it's a kli shemakta yesser because it's oimid, its function. You're saying it has nothing to do with kina. That's in fact, it's a kli shemakta yesser because it's something whose function in life. What's the function in life of this bed? Is to hold isser. So therefore, it's a kli whose function is to hold isser, and that's really what the Ramah says over here. V'yesh oisrim b'yichad lekach v'chein it's aser. And Kain, if you did a Maisa, the Kain Hagen, Miut Sarkufa, Makaima is mutter. Now I know what's the machlekes here? Held a Maisa. Anybody know Pshat in this Shulchan Aruch? The Shulchan Aruch says if you have a money pouch or something like that you're miyached for Mayis, you're miyached for Mayis. It's a klisha malach leheter. If there's no Mayis in it, it's a klisha malach leheter. Why? You're miyached it to hold isser. If you're miyached it to hold isser, then why should that be a klisha malach leheter? It should be a klisha malach leheter. Comes together a Mayis is something we would all understand. He says if you're miyached it. And there's no money in there now, but you were miyached to hold money, so then she's a klisha malach yeser. What's the pshat in Shulchan Aruch? Anybody know? It's a shver Shulchan Aruch. What? Either that, if something's going to have to give over here when you get to the world of klisha malach yeser. Either what's going to have to give over here is you're going to have to see from here that a lot of what we spoke about is not true, and that at least the Shulchan Aruch. And that a klisha malach the isser, you have to do a malacha with it. You know, like a hammer, you do a malacha with. Mashiach over here, but just there's an isser that's done to it. That's not okay. Well, maybe all those cases, right? We spoke about all these interesting cases. Maybe you can say a different shot here. Just give me a second. Yeah, according to the Ramah, yeah, but it's not muchach that you would ask in this case. His case is miyuchat. It's also not. It's not muchach. I told you it's a money pouch. It's not a money pouch. It's not a money pouch. It's talking about a chair that you're miyached to hold money. So you can hear a chair that you're miyached to hold money. No, it's something that's a klisha malach it's a veheter because it's a normal thing that in a chanana you put money on it, but it's a very normal thing that you're also going to sit on it. So then I just say maybe the Ramah is the chiddush over here. Then what's the pshat in the Ramah? So you have to say maybe if I was miyached something. So this is a very nice sugya, and that's a little bit of a side sugya. It's a little bit of a shiloh. Life would have been simple. The psak halacha is like the halach Ramah anyways, and therefore if you're miyached a money pouch or even a chair. You're miyached a chair that this is where I put my money. So then, and let's make an easy case. You don't do anything else with that chair. So then it's a klisha malach yeser, says the Ramah. Okay, simple, right? Simple. The problem starts in the Mishnah Berurah. Again, this is a side sugya, but it's here, so we have to talk about it. Mishnah Berurah over here says something unbelievable. Bein Tziv Katan Chav Hey, Bein Tziv Katan Chav Zayin. He says, you should know that many Achreinim argue on this. He brings here Ladina Maskim B'Seif Rabbah. That even though it's miyuchad lemoyis, listen to this. Kol shein darkei lahakbid ulaniach b'dvar machedim. It's not mechzim machmas chasar and kiss. Okay, it's good basement. No, let me read Chafei first. I'm sorry, I shouldn't read Chazayin first. He says like this. He says taimoi that this thing is worse than a regular. He's going a little bit. It's a little bit complicated. He's going that the assumption there was a tzad in the Ramah that it was also even tzarech gufa tzarech mekoymai. He says, why would it be us tzarech gufa mekoymai? Listen to this. Because yichta behedja lezeh, so mistama yemiyachid makim umakbid like the shtamish tashmish acher zulazeh. Mistama, if you were miyachid this chair, whatever this thing is, to hold money, the mistama you don't do anything else with it. Mistama, and you even give it a miyuchadik makim. Then he goes on. He says, "Al kain, it's like chasar and kiss kain kasa paiskim, kasa magen avram lefizeh afilu tzarech gufa mekoymai is aser." And he says, "Memela it's shver on the Ramah." He doesn't understand the Ramah. And Cain in the Gra, and Cain in the Prisha. And I'm going to write about this later in Sivkot and Chav Zayin. Let me explain this in a minute. The Mishnah Berurah here is saying a very, very big chiddush. He macht das nicht wissendig, like it's like not a chiddush kilo. He writes it like it's a simple thing. It's a very big chiddush what the Mishnah Berurah says over here. And it's not just the Mishnah Berurah, it's a Mogen Avram, the guy in all these places. He says here that let's say I was miyached give me an example of something that you miyached to hold something else. Yeah, a violin case, a guitar case, right? Certainly a wallet, what? A Milan knife, like the kit, maybe a computer bag, maybe. I say maybe because a lot of times a computer bag has other stuff in it also. But sometimes you have a computer bag which fits like just the computer, right? You have one of those? I told you, I think you have one of those, no? What? The computer bag. Just the computer, nothing else. Yeah, mine is not like that. Mine is, there's a lot of stuff going on in here, right? But I was wondering why the handle broke. But you have just that, right? So that thing. Erev Shabbos, Toli has a computer bag, folder, whatever, sleeve, thank you, right? And there it is on the Shabbos table. The computer's over there, the sleeve is over there. It can happen. It's not such a weird case, right? So until today, you would ask me, what is that? I would say, well, Mistama, it's oimit to hold a computer, which is chasar and kiss and whatever. So Mistama, it's not holding it now, so it's not a bosses yet. But Mistama, klisha maktal yeser. Am I right to say that everybody here would have thought it's a klisha maktal yeser? I think after 80 shiurim, that's what we would have said in this room, right? Everyone agree? I'm about to change your world, right? Everyone agree with that? I'm about to change your world. The Mishnah Berurah over here in Sivkot and Chav and Sivkot and Chav Zayin seems to say not like that. Big chiddush, big chiddush. Mishnah Berurah in Sivkot and Chav and Sivkot and Chav Zayin seems to say the Loika Ramah, the Shulchan Aruch would consider it a malachta leheter. Tzarchi, and exactly why. The Ramah would consider it to be a malachta leisser. Okay, that we understand. Comes again the Mogen Avram, the Mishnah Berurah, the Goin, the Beis Meir, the El Yerabah, all the Chevra, all the Achreinim, and they all say this is a chasaron kiss. What's this a chasaron kiss? So I'm going to teach you today a new muksa. It's a whole new muksa of chasaron kiss. Till now, all the chasaron kisses that we had were a makbid that don't move that or don't use that because it can get ruined. Mitzad the chefza. The chefza can be ruined. Or I don't move that very heavy thing. You know why? Because I know if you move it, it might break, it might this, right? That's mitzad the chefza. There's a pachad mitzad the chefza. That made chasaron kiss until today. Comes again the Ramah. The Ramah says, so beside the computer case, is that a chasaron kiss? It's not a chasaron kiss. It's not a chasaron kiss at all. I mean, it's a simple thing. You're not careful with it and whatever. So, it's not something that you're careful with the kilkul. Elamai, it's oimit to house something yisr. So it's malachtal yisr. Comes again the Mishnah Berurah quoting the Rabbi says, unbelievable chiddush. You read the words in Mishnah Berurah. He says, you are makbid. I am not makbid on the kilkul. He says words here, but you're makbid not to use it for anything else. Mazeh val mazeh. That means that's a kpeda in the gavra. The gavra won't use it, and not just like a category 2. I'm makbid not to use it for anything else. For example, until he doesn't use that for anything else. And no, don't put other things in there. Let's say one day he's going to have like the papers. Let's say you have to go to the area. You have to bring all the papers with you. Because if you miss out one paper, that how it is. That's the one that they needed, right? So he brings all the papers. You know what I'm talking about, right? My parents' marriage license, right? The Alta Zayda's, birth certificate and whatever, and a copy of the Mishnah Berurah. Like upon him. No, so you get my point. So now, Toli's wife is going to say, let's take this sleeve. No, that's for the computer. Am I right? I think so. Just say yes, so that I can go weiter. It's about to snow, right? Now, there are things like that, though, right? The guitar case. A person has a guitar case. So he says, you know what? He needs to carry around, what are those rackets called? Tennis, right? So he has the guitar case. He says, look, I have to carry around the tennis rackets. I don't want everybody to see that I have that. So he's going to put it, because don't use the guitar case. Why? I can't explain why. Just don't, right? You understand what I'm saying? Khamshi, you understand me, right? You understand me? You for sure understand me, right? You understand me for sure, right? Anybody doesn't understand me, right? Yeah, unbelievable. It becomes more computer maybe than, we'll see the computer, but it can become more, this is unbelievable. Do you understand what's going on here at Bayside? Comes again to Aruch HaShulchan in Sivkot and Yud Gimel. He says, this is a tema. That's what he writes. He writes, it's a tema. Here's Yud Aleph, sorry. This is a tema. He says, what is this? You're not makbid mitzad the kilkul. You're not makbid that something might happen to this item. You don't use it for that because that's what it's used for. So he doesn't understand. He says, that's not a kilkul mitzad the chef. I don't use it because I just don't want to use it. It's a Merdik Gezach. It's the same Aruch HaShulchan that held of category 2, if you remember. But this he's not willing to be soivel because you could use it for other things. You just don't use it for other things because, I can't explain why, but you don't. So Aruch HaShulchan says, that's not a kapeda. And the Mishabura says, Mefurish, not like that. Mishabura says, just one moment. Mishabura says, das is a kapeda. You don't use it for a mitchulay the shtamish, but tash mish acher zulazeh. Now Mishabura throws in the words, and you have a miyuchad makim for it, but he himself says later on there, you don't really need a miyuchad makim like we saw originally. This is a world chiddush. And you just asked, Rabbi Cooper asked, give me one moment, Rabbi Maimon. You just asked a question that, like, at first I thought it's going to come out an unbelievable chiddush. It's going to come out. Is it possible that the bag or the zekel or the whatever is going to be more chamer than the muksa? So in this case, the computer, it doesn't matter because the computer is a chasar and kiss, right? But then I realized, what are you talking about? What if you have like a guitar? Okay, but the guitar also might be a chasar and kiss or whatever. Could be. So I see like this from the Shulchan Shleima. The Shulchan Shleima is the Rabbi Mir 300 years ago. This is not the same Shulchan Shleima. And he writes over there, a tefillin baitel, a tefillin zekel, a tefillin bag. This is an unbelievable chiddush. He says, if you have a tefillin bag, the tefillin we learned many times might only be a malach al yisr. Remember? He said, but the baitel, the bag, the bag of the zekel, the tefillin zekel, he said that might be this new evil muksa because you don't use it for anything else. Nobody uses his tefillin bag for anything else. Well, you're not even allowed to. Thank you. You're not even allowed to. Right? It's even better. It's a better case, right? So kumtois. It's going to be worse. You hit the Maisa. It's maybe the biggest chiddush. It was not kedai to come even with all of this blizzard, right? No, but even with the blizzard, right? No, you hit this Maisa. So kumtais, the tefillin is gor klish makal yeser. But the baitel, I guess, no, Rabbi Lieberman, it's not going to be worse than the cholent. While it's holding it, maybe it's bottled to that. I don't know. No, but it's unbelievable this. You hit this Maisa? Right, Rabbi say, I saw an example that Rabbi Zriel Orbach, they bring from Rabbi Zriel Orbach. An example. At first, I thought it sounded like a weird thing, and then I think, you know what? Maybe he's right. He said they say from Rabbi Zriel. Somebody asked Rabbi Zriel, like a pushka, right? Let's talk about a pushka. So let's say the pushka doesn't have any money in it, right? So now you want to know, can I move the pushka? Till today, I would have said Tukish Machtal Yeser. If it doesn't have money in it, as when Shabbos came in, Tukish Machtal Yeser because it houses money usually and whatever, right? Now, I don't know. You don't put anything else there. No, don't put things in there. Now, at first, I wasn't sure about this case. Like, what? Not so makbid, right? Let's say it's a nice pushka, like a nice pushka. It's like a shayna pushka, right? And then the kids want to put in there like, what? What? I don't know what else it can go in there. That's why I couldn't chop his answer so much. What? The kids want to play with it and put paper in there. I say, no, don't play with the pushka. That's not what it's for. Wait, I'm explaining it, Brazil. I don't know what I saw if I agree with every example, but I just want to understand what he's saying. He's saying, you're talking, that's not what a pushka is for. I understand from the Mishabura that you tell the kid, don't use this for other. Now, I agree, pushka, I'm not 100% sure about. I must admit, if it would be a silver pushka, maybe yes, but then maybe that would be like a cane, this chasar case. But it's unbelievable. It comes out like I never knew this before. No, Tuli's bag is the perfect example. Bring me your bag. Give me the sleeve. Right? I'm confiscating it. Give me it. Right? This is a great example. This is an example of something that you use it just for your computer. I for sure would have thought it's a klish machal yeser. According to the Mishabura, this is a chasar and kiss. Unbelievable. I never would have known this. See? But why did I throw it? To just show you that I'm not careful with it. He's not careful with it, but it's not for anything else. Now, my bag, my computer bag, it's not a geya because I do put other things in it and whatever. I wonder if my bag is probably, My bag is probably a klish machal heter because let me explain my bag. My bag, I never use without the computer ever, but I'll put in other things there, which is clearly, they clearly could counter the computer because I put a Shulchan Aruch in there sometimes. I put a Mishnah Berurah in there. So my bag is oimid to always be used as a bag that holds muksa and non-muksa, right? Is that called a bag of heter? Is my bag a klish machal heter? Well, again, it's definitely not the chasar and kiss that the Mishnah Berurah is talking about. Well, no, I don't care. It just never happens. I definitely don't have any kpeda. I definitely have no kpeda, right? It's just that that's in my brain what it's oimid for. But I don't have this lashon over here of, no, that's for a computer. I definitely don't have that. My only question is she a klish machal heter? No? What's that? What? Laptop tefillin cases? Yeah, that I like with the zipper, with like the old man and the whatever.
They put the towels on the sink and it's sitter with the tefillin.
Because it also houses the sitter. Okay, but the tefillin is worth more. Yeah, but the tefillin's more chashiv, no? One second, what about my bag? We got to deal with me. No, a little bit selfish now. What? No, that's not true. We use it for other things. I didn't use it before Shabbos, and let's say now I want to use it, right? Let's say this Shabbos it's going to snow, and I want to go to shul and I want to carry my notes in this bag, right? And there's no computer in there. It's not true. This is the Metzias by me. What? Right, but the only thing is, it's also there as a Klisha Malachta. All right, it's not going to matter so much because it'll always be Mutter Tzarek Gufim Makayim. But my shayla is it's outside and it's getting snowed on, right? This major blizzard, right? And no, I don't want them to feel guilty that they didn't come today. So it's a big blizzard. So the Mela, it's getting snowed on, and so they want to go and take it inside. It's what do you think, Rabbi Shiur? I think it would be Malachta Leheter, Mr. No? All right, let me get in. So that's the first sugya. Unbelievable chiddush. I must tell you that the Sefer Orcha Shabbos was written clearly without any yachas to the Orcha Shulchan. Clearly, no yachas at all to the Orcha Shulchan. And the whole Sefer, Kimat, the Mishnah Berurah was the place that he went, which was understandable. He brings down over there in the 19th parak, in the 200th ice, he brings down over there that the Psak Halacha is like the Ramah. In Tully's computer bag is only a Klisha Malachta Isser and not a Chasaron Kiss. This is against the Mishnah Berurah, this is against El Yerabba, this is against all of the Paiskim. The Mogen Avram, the Dafka Avad, it's like the Ramah, but the Ramah, the Mishnah Berurah on the page is fighting against this and saying it's a Chasaron Kiss. So Elamai, if the Sefer would in general have had a Yachas to the Aruch HaShulchan, some Epis Yachas, so I would say, no, so he's going with the Aruch HaShulchan, you know, we can't have such a kasha on him if he's going with the Aruch HaShulchan. There are a lot of people that pass Dafka like the Aruch HaShulchan, but that's clearly not what's happening here. It's Memela to Tayis Gomer. Because if the Mishnah Berurah is not like this, so then Avada, you can't come and say like the Mishnah Berurah, like the Ramah. I'm sorry? No, the Mishnah Berurah is arguing on that. Mishnah Berurah says no. Mishnah says you can't. If you have a wallet that doesn't have money in it, Mishnah says, and you're careful, don't put other things in the wallet. What are you putting in the wallet? Anything that you would say that, no, so I don't know what it is. Everyone, Tully's computer bag is the best example, right? But anything that you would say, no, don't use that for other things, you know? And then that's called the kaped, and that's it, right? Obviously, it has to be something that would inherently be usher. If I say, don't put there, that's where I put my shoes or something mutter, then you're not going to say. But anything that I say, no, don't put that. That's for the violin. That's for the guitar. Now, I know a guitar case, which is empty, after Purim, who knows what it's going to look like, 3-day Yom Tif and whatever. And you have just the guitar case is there, and the guitar is in the bathroom, and where's the person who's supposed to be holding the guitar? He's crying, I want to learn, and whatever, So, go learn, you idiot, and stop playing the guitar. But anyway, there he is. And so now here's the guitar case in the middle of the floor. And you want to know, could I move the guitar case until today? You all would have said yes. If you mistakenly would have opened up the Sefer Orcha Shabbos, you would have thought yes, right? If you would open up the Orcha Shulchan, you would say yes, right? But if you want to know what the Psak Halacha is, the Psak Halacha is like the Mishnah Berurah. The answer is you're not allowed to. It's also, you'd have to move it with your foot or with your foot or whatever, but you wouldn't be able, it's a Gavaldik, I admit it's a Gavaldik Chiddush. It's a Gavaldik Chiddush. That's it. But it's a Ramah, but you can't pass it like the Ramah when the Mishnah Berurah on the page brings down. What? He's mechadish. It's a chiddush to chesaron kiss. You just ask the kasha the Aruch HaShulchan. But your Aruch HaShulchan is in your arsenal of paiskim. It's not in his. What do you do? Put your fan on. It's getting cold. Put your fan on. Put your fan on. Okay, now we start the sugi. Okay, everybody's here. Now this is what you came for. Okay. Now I'm going to explain to you the sugya. I don't know if I get to finish it today. Let me just get, once you get this Hakadama, it's going to be very simple. I remember like when I learned Shabbos in Muktzah, Muchani was one of those things that was like a scary, Muchani, it's called Muchani. The sugya of a Muchani, Rashi says, is a wheel. It's like one of these like scary sugyas in Shabbos and Daf Mem Daled, right? So it's good. And my therapist says it's good for me to get out of these fears. I'm going to take you away. Oh, there's no fear. Muchani, don't be afraid of Muchani. Don't be afraid of Muchani. Only of a Kadosh Baruch Hu be afraid, not of Muchani. What's this Muchani? This Muchani is it's the last stop on the bus's train, the last stop. And then you have the whole buses in your hand. Listen to this. We have over here a wheel. The Gemara talks, okay, I'll go with Rashi because it's easier and there's not so much of enough community halacha. The Rabbi Natan says it's talking about like some type of a box or whatever. Let's just go with Rashi. You have a wheel, and you have a vegel, you have like this wagon, okay? The wagon and the wheel. On the wheel is muksa. Whatever the case is, it's maybe, we'll see, there could be a baby carriage, whatever. The case of the Shulchan Aruch is not exactly the case we're going to shtel on anyways. It's not the case we're going to shtel halacha. We're going to use it as our guidebook. And then after it, I'll read everything inside. I just want to, first let's get out what's going on here. So the Gemara says, this is where the difficulty is. You have to just remember the Gemara that what's no is yes, what's yes is no. I'll explain. The Gemara says like this. That's how you remember it. That's how I remember it. You have to have memory tricks to remember things. So Gemara says like this. The Gemara says, if you have a wheel and a wagon and there's muksa on the wheel, can I move the wagon? Very valid shaila, right? Just like you understand, if there's on this table, let's say you have a table with a leaf. You know what a leaf is? It's, in English called a leaf, what? An extension, right? Extension. So you have a table with a leaf. Is anyone going to say that that's two tables? And if you have something on the leaf and not on the, it's one table. This is one table, right? So if I can't move this table, I can't move the table. Then if there's something on the leaf, but it's not on that part of the table, even though on Shabbos you could technically open up the table, not this table because it has muksa, but I could open up the table, take out the leaf. It's not connected. It's not boina when it comes to Shabbos. It doesn't work like that. This is one table. Deal with it. Okay. So now you have one table that you understand. I have a wheel and I have a wagon. On the wheel's muksa. What'd you put on the wagon? You don't want people to see, so you put over there your money. Okay? You put your money over there, and thus it does. Okay? Now, what happens? On Shabbos, you want to move this wagon. Like, I don't think it means like some horse and buggy or whatever, but you want to move this like a baby carriage. So you want to move the wagon. When I move the wagon, inevitably the muksa is going to be moved also, and you put it there. B'meniach, b'davka. Is this one kli? That's the shaila the Gemara is dealing with. You understand that there's numerous tremendous nafkaminas. Sorry, the case is not going to fall off. That's not the case. It's not a wheel like in your conventional wheel, but it's not falling off. That's not the issue, right? You have a wheel. The point of the Gemara is that's why Taisus might be a little easier. You have a little basket. Because you have something which is not the ikar kli. It's a tuffle part of the kli. In other words, a table we all understand. If you have a leaf and you have a table, that's one big shtick table, right? If you have buses on one part, you have a muksa on one part, the whole thing is a buses. Everyone understands that. You have a wheel, I'm calling it a wheel because that's the case of the Gemara, muchani, but there's a tuffle part of the item. Okay, soon we're going to see very normal examples, a basket and a baby carriage, your pockets, your drawers, whatever. But you have here a part of an item, which is not the ikar part of this item, plus the item. And now in the non-ikar part of the item, the wheel, the basket, whatever, you have muksa. Can I move the item? That's the nidun of the Gemara, okay? This is the nidun of the Gemara. The Gemara goes on to say a very, very strong halacha. This is something you have to remember, Rabbi say. The Gemara says, it depends, these are the words, if it's nishmetes or ain't nishmetes. It depends if it comes off or it doesn't come off. We have to describe what's coming off and etc. But let's get the pshat first. Does it come off? If it's nishmetes, it comes off, then the way you remember it is, then no, then ein goyrim. If it's ein nishmetes, if it doesn't come off, then yes goyrim.
Regular, please. Thank you.
If it's nishmetes, if it comes off, you have this wheel and it comes off, whatever that means, but it comes off. It's not something that's one. So now you're not allowed to move that wagon. Why not? Because now the way we view this is like this. We view it that it's like a table and a separate thing, and the separate thing is holding that separate thing. So it's like a buses to the dover. When it comes off, we don't look at it as one shtick. Okay? I'll explain so nobody get nervous, but just one moment. We look at it as not one shtick. If it comes off, so then we don't look at it as one shtick. If it's nishmetes, so then it's not one shtick. It's two chafetzim. Once it's two chafetzim, so okay. So I have a wagon. I have a wheel, and on top of the wheel, I have a muksa. So there's a muksa on the wheel, which is on the wagon. That's like having, muksa, buses, and the buses underneath, and everybody's also. So nishmetes ein goyrim. You can't drag. That's one gemara. You can't drag the wagon. Kol sheken, you can't drag the wheel because the wheel is moving the muksa itself. Okay. Next, the other case is like this. What says the gemara if it's ein nishmetes? If it doesn't come off? So then, yes, goyrim. That's how you remember. Ein nishmetes, yes, goyrim. What's that? Very simple. If it's ein nishmetes, it's one big thing. Wait a minute. But a minute ago I said if it's one big thing, then that's a problem by the table. Yeah, but it's one big thing, and the little guy is tuffle to the big guy. It's one thing, and we're not going to say now that I am holding up you. Bishlama, if you come off. So then I'm holding you and you're holding this, and therefore I'm the holder of this, which is the holder of that. But let's say you don't come off. Let's say you don't come off. So now it's one thing. We're not going to say that the little guy is going to, the davar atafel, lashon of the Rashba, is going to answer the big guy. Because you're a tafel. You're going to say I'm a basis for you. I'm a basis. Bishlama, if you're a separate piece, you are holding me. That's like every time we have basis, Rabbi say, I saw one sefer, he says you have a pen on the table. So then maybe the paper, and you put it there, bedafka. He says maybe it's not a basis. Why? Because the pen is not chashiv. He took that cloud just a little bit too far. Where do you stop? Gewaldig. That would be great. Now you see how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves what we're doing. Gewaldig. We're great. What do you mean? They don't even know there was a blackout here. They want to know what's going on. What's going on? Don't worry, guys. The blizzard is still going on. But you hear what's going on here? He went a little too far, no? You don't think that Rabbi Blumenthal, he didn't go a little bit too far? He put a pen on the table and that's not a button. So why stop there? Why not a leichter too? What a pen. What a pen. A pen is not important. You have to calm down if you say that. That's already, what? Don't with the shafa pruta. A pen on the table is something that's normal. Don't turn everything into not chashiv. What? You're a big pen. Anything, there's no such thing. A pen on a table is a normal thing that a person puts on a table. Prutas is not a pen. Prutas, shame on that sefer. How could you write such a thing? Pen on a table. And to write that, sometimes you could think things, but to write it, okay, I'm getting emotional. But watch. One moment. So Mamela, so when you have like this, so now it doesn't work. If I have an item that is not attached, it comes apart. The wheel comes off. So now, I don't care that the wheel's not chashiv, but I'm holding you, right? I'm holding you. So if I'm holding you or I'm dragging you, so if I'm dragging you and you're dragging money, then I'm dragging the thing, which is dragging the money, and Mamela, it's a bus. Everybody's in big trouble. Masha Ein Kain, if you're one item, so now I could say there's a part of the item which is Einoi Chashiv, and when that part of the item is Einoi Chashiv, it's not going to go and ask the whole entire item. Okay? What did I just say? Good? Clear. I hope it's clear. That's the basic one. That's the malach the Mishnah Berurah takes in this Gemara. It's machlekes Rashba and the Rishayim and whatever. He goes with the Rashba. This is the Loikach Hayadam, and this is the Mishnah Berurah's Shita. The Mishnah Berurah's Shita, listen closely. What I just said in English is like this. Watch. If I have a pocket in my pants, I'm going to explain everything, so don't get nervous. I just want us to be all equal, and then we could have a lot more fun. I have my pants. For the English, that's like trousers. Okay. I have a pocket in my pants. My pocket is a bag. Okay, this pocket, my jacket, is also, it's a bag. It's a bag, right? Everyone sees a bag? It's a bag pocket, right? Bag, it's a separate piece. We'll see in a minute. The patch pocket is the one over here. It's a different type of a pocket. Okay, the bag pocket, let's try and apply our sugya to there, okay? My jacket is the wagon, okay? My pocket, does it nishmetes? Does it come off? Does this pocket come off? It's ein nishmetes. So therefore, it's a part of the beged. It's one big beged. Erev Shabbos, I put money in my pocket and I want it to be there. Munach, okay? From this point on, I don't care what the case is, but we're dealing with munach, however you got to the munach. Whatever the munachs that we dealt with then, but this is munach. I put the money in my pocket, b'dafka on Erev Shabbos, right? I didn't know I was going to need this jacket. I got rained on, and I said, I put the money there. I know I need the money there for Motzei Shabbos. I want the money there. Then I got rained on, and I need to take this jacket. I don't have another jacket or whatever the case is. I go to the jacket, and there's money in the pocket. So, munach. No, not shachar. This is a basis, right? So now what you just heard, this is the Mishnah Berurah says over here in Sifkat Lamed Aleph, the jacket is chashiv. The pocket is a part of the jacket. The part of the jacket that is tafel is not going to answer my whole jacket. It's not going to answer my jacket. So I can wear this jacket. I can wear the jacket. Says the Mishnah Berurah, but the pocket, she's muksa. Well, what does that mean? The pocket is muksa. So first of all, says the Mishnah Berurah, you got to do near. You know the rules. You got to do near. You're going to be carrying around muksa. You got to do near. So you have to take the jacket from underneath and shake it out like that. Okay. I can't even do this. Watch. This is the bag, right? You see the bag? Everyone sees the bag? Right? I can't even go like this on the top of the bag to pull out the bag so that the money falls out because the pocket is muksa. The wheel, says the Mishnah Berurah, that's muksa. That for sure is muksa. That's a basis to the money. That's a for sure muksa. The only chiddush is that we don't say that the jacket is going to be nitful to the pocket. That far we're not going to take it. Okay? So you just, and the rest of Shabbos, am I allowed to go and put my hand in my pocket? No. Because look what you're doing. You're moving muksa. You can't put your hand in your pocket. So that now you just learned the whole sugi of mochni. Is that crystal clear? I mean, we'll go, now we're equal.
Why are we saying this
What?
differently than the Gemara and Ishmael? Why is it
Because my case is where it's ein and ishmetes. My case is the jacket pocket doesn't come apart from the jacket. So therefore we look at it as one kli. Therefore goyrerin. Goyrerin means the one thing I was moistif now is what the Mishnah Berurah says. The Mishnah Berurah says, even though I told you that the jacket doesn't become muksa, even though I told you that the wagon doesn't become muksa, but says the Mishnah Berurah, the wheel is yes muksa. That's the one nakud I added. Now you should know the Chai Adam is not like this. He holds nothing is muksa. Doesn't do okay, but we're not going like that. We go with the Mishnah Berurah that the jacket she's not muksa, but the pocket is muksa. Yes. I'm gonna get the cases. I'm gonna get the mamish cases. Yeah, 100%. I just want to make sure we're all equal. What? Yeah, that's a good shaila. And these rules work differently. Very good, because that's when it's one shtick, and here it's different parts. It's a tuffle part and an ikar part. That's a good question. What? Yes, it's true. He's asking, when I'm going to wear my jacket, my pocket is moving. What's that called, kinderlach? That's called tilted minatzad. But you have to do near. Well, I can't do near. Okay? I try to do near. It's going to be dangerous. What? Can't put your hand in. Yes, sir. Because you can't move the pocket. The pocket. When I touch it, I'm moving pocket. I'm moving the actual pocket. Right? You can't put your hand in the pocket, but the pocket is muktzah. Of course, because the pocket is muktzah. I'm talking that it was there ben hashmashis. Okay. Another case, Ma'aser Shaya. This one's Ma'aser Shaya. The case of the jacket I made up. The pants is Ma'aser Shaya. A few weeks ago, this happened to one of my kids. He ripped his pants. Right? Ripped his pants. That's how it goes. So I have a story. Should I tell you my story? I should blame it on the kid. But okay, we'll do him first. 1 minute. Anyways, remind me. I have a story about me. Anyways, but it ended good. Don't worry. Right? But it wasn't so good. But that is, so he ripped his pants. And he had a blue suit. And he had black trousers. You know, from the other Shabbos was whatever. That was what it was. The black jacket. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. The black jacket didn't fit anymore, so he only had blue suit pants, and the jacket he didn't have. So he says, I can't wear black and blue. It's like looks like an Avera or something. No, you can't. I think you're not allowed to, right? But it's a shotness. Thank you, shotness, right? Something you can't do, right? So Mela, so he said to me, can I wear my weekday trousers? Can I wear my weekday trousers? I thought he meant that's like the chibadator, you know. You have to wear shako if you don't have clothing. We can't go in the gachkes. We can't go in the underhosen and in those. What's coming in? So he says, yeah, but I have inside my pocket, you know, all the stuff from the week. Now, I don't know if that's shachach. Excusez-moi. Why is that shachach? He didn't have a havamina that he's going to wear his pants on Shabbos, right? What's that? Shleimi? It's called munach, no? What? He's what? He's a gadol. He's a bar mitzvah boy. Nice try. He's a bar mitzvah boy. Munach. Munach. So I said to him, Gival. But then I get into a little bit of a shayla. This is benenu. I got a shayla. Is that going to be enough? Because I told him, okay, look, it's munach. So let's go. You guys, now we're all equal. Well, what's the muksa here? The pocket is muksa. What should he do? Take the pants from the bottom, shake it out. Is he going to be allowed to put his hands in his pocket the whole Shabbos? No. It's not a shayla. Maybe you're allowed to wear tiltul min hatzad when you're unable to do near, right? So over here, the pocket is muksa. He's moving around muksa the whole entire Shabbos, right? I'm just thinking, is it warrant wearing the black one maybe and to not have to do that? Is that cool that I have another option? You understand? He told me no. No other option. No other option. What? Excuse me, what? What do you mean? No, that's by... What? Okay, it's a little bit of it. You mean, what if, no, I'll say it different. You guys are saying, what if there's a barrel of oranges? Would I tell you, and if the barrel of apples and a barrel of apples, then we probably would all agree, right? Then take those, right? That's called F-sure. I don't know if you're right. Apples and oranges are here, so I don't know what this is. I don't know if blue pants and black pants is apples and oranges, right? Sorry? And it's navy oranges, right? Okay, like that. I don't want to fight. Come again? I own him. I own you, Spyro. Right? But it doesn't work like that. If you give him a shush, as in charge of his pants, I mean, I say fight, I say fight. This how kids go off the derech, right? I say fight. He's in charge of his pants. His kids are in charge of mine also. But this is, I say now, by side. Now, let me get to one more. Well, I have a story. Let me say one story first. 1 second. This pocket. I keep on not talking about this pocket over here, because this is a patch pocket, right? You understand the difference between this pocket, my shirt pocket? Understand the difference? What's the difference between this? Because let's say Kumt Shabbos, and he gets one of those, that guy, you see him on shul on Shabbos, he's always got, like, you see that from Friday night, right? And then you see him in shul by Shalosh Shuddis already, he's got, like, what I'm talking about, right? I know the guy, I grew up with the guy, I know I'm thinking, but it's like, oh, the guy looks pregnant and the whole matzah, he's got the grape juice thing, he's got this, right? Geschmack, you know what I'm talking about, right? Geschmack. So then, but you're not like that. You're not like that. And on Friday night, you get a stain on over here. So your wife says you can't go out like that. Okay. Shabbos day, you put on the other shirt. Okay. And then you get another stain, right? You're not a shlemiel, you're a shlemuger. Man, you're not even a shlemazel, right? And now you come another stain. So now you look around, you don't have another Shabbos shirt. You have a weekday shirt. It doesn't have like a farm animal on it or some other creature or whatever. It's like, okay, they won't know. So I could wear this. So you wear, wait a minute, but then that was the shirt that you wore Erev Shabbos and whatever, but it's better than the shirt I have right now. And then inside the pocket, what's in the pocket? The AirPods, Dorton, right? You have the AirPods and they're munach and you want it there because Motzei Shabbos, you want to make sure you wear that shirt and you have these and you don't forget and whatever. Okay, munach, not shachach. Okay, now come Shabbos, you allowed to wear that shirt? Let's try and figure this out. Are you allowed to wear that shirt? Munach. Okay, but great. So I'll just do near, right? Well, no, forget it. It's Rabbi say, why did I mechalik between a bag? The bag pocket there's a jacket and there's a bag. Okay, a shirt. What's shirt? So the shirt is the buses. The shirt is the button, and one big shirt. This part, the sleeve. This is not like Lavusei Srad Rabbi say that maybe the sleeve, and it doesn't work like that. This is one shirt, one function. The whole shirt. She's muksa. Got it? So what happens? Listen to this character. Erev Shabbos, he's coming from the mikveh. He puts on his Shabbos shirt. Okay, he's got his ear pods and he puts them into here, right? And he says, you know what? This shirt I'm not going to wear on Shabbos. I'm not going to wear this. Listen closely, because Ma'aseh Shaya, right? Maybe with a great Jew, right? And he said, this shirt I'm not going to wear on Shabbos. Maybe he said, maybe he's mamish a most wonderful Jew, right? Maybe mamish a wonderful Jew. Right? Maybe everybody here loves him. Yeah. The Rav of Mutzafi, maybe. Okay. He puts on the shirt and he puts the ear pods over here and he wants them here for Motzei Shabbos. And I'm not wearing this shirt on Shabbos. This is not my Shabbos shirt. And then Erev Shabbos, he got caught up in a very big shaila, this great tzaddik. This Nister, he got caught up in a very, very, very big shaila. His wife says to him, big tzaddik, go daven, right? Tell him, I'm helping Kallus, or you have to daven mincha, go daven, run the shul. He runs the shul, this big tzaddik. He's wearing, the same shirt. Forget it, the shirt's fine and whatever. He wears the shirt, he runs the shul. He's wearing the shirt. He planned on those ear pods being in that shirt. I don't think that's called shachach. Shachach on the shirt, not shachach on the ear pods. He planned on those ear pods being there till Motzei Shabbos. I know, because I saw him in the mikveh, right? And I know, and I don't look at anybody in the mikveh, okay? And I know, and he is a big tzaddik, and he has the ear pods, and he wanted them to be there the whole entire Shabbos. He came Friday night, and this Grois tzaddik starts speaking in the shul, and all of a sudden, Oh no! You know what happened? He had one of those phantom, what are they called? Vibrates, right? Something like this, and there was really a phone. There wasn't a phone though, right? What was it? It was the AirPods. So there they were. So he's one big shtick hefts muksa, one big hefts shtick of muksa, the great tzaddik that you are, right? Go back to the mikvah. Right? He's walking. Is he not muksa? Checkmate. So he had to take off his shirt in the middle of shul. He can't even take off his shirt. Every part of the shirt is muksa. You can't shake. What are you going to shake him? What are you going to do? Right? He's what? He's a shirt. He's one big stick muksa. Every part of him is muksa. Shoy b'shemayim. But the shirt. Okay, you mean it's to be yada? Okay, but I got to go home. He has to go home. This tzaddik. He said, what? Sort of. Yeah. The whole Ben Ishmashes. He clapped it in the middle of the shiur. The shiur is about 50. So I'm not sure. It could be it wasn't maybe muksa. That was the only tzad also. Is that maybe it was, I started the drasha 50. I imagine that tzaddik does also. I started the drasha about 15 minutes after shkia. So 15 minutes after shkia, you know me already. That might not be called Ben Ishmashes. So you know already, what? Oh, but then we get involved. He says, well, you have to drop it. So what am I going to do? What's the tzaddik going to do? He's going to drop it right there. Wait, 1 second. Let's say it's not a buses. So what's he going to do? One second. He's going to drop it right there, right? So then it's going to get lost. And it's expensive. It's an expensive item, right? So that we said once that you're allowed to do tiltul min hatzad in order for it to not get lost. The problem is he couldn't keep it throughout the drasha. Why? Because then it'll turn into a buses. Elamai, maybe I didn't know how to done this case because it started out the munach, and then in the middle of Ben Ishmashes, I said, I don't want it. Too bad. When you put it there, you did want it, right? I don't think that changes. You can't say, I don't want it, so go do something.
It's not the same one.
What?
He has access to it.
Sorry?
It's not the same table.
What? I know. Here, I don't know how to deal with this. I know, and I have a reason I'm not taking it off. That's what you're saying. What? I know. It's something still that's bothered. The Olam is saying this is like a case of where I'm in control. Remember, we spoke about these cases. It's like I'm running out to mincha, therefore I can't take it off the table. That's what he's saying. It's like so I'm giving the drasha, therefore I can't take it off. First of all, that's second of all, it's 15 minutes after. It's like not so pashut. What? I know. It's never been a time. I'm not sure. Take off my shirt. Why do you think it's me? Huh? Covered abiyas. Remember, Kallus told you the other day, covered abiyas might be subjective. I got to see a Mishnah Berurah and Shin Yud Beit that sounds like me. That's telling each and every person. But I know Rabbi Moyle, he's not going to let this slide. I am not starting with him again about this. So what do you say, Kindalov? I was Makel. Maybe you have to write then and there, Ein Eitza, Vein Tfuna, Dantarach, Ein Eitza, Vein Tfuna, Leneged Hashem. What? Was? Maybe I have to run home right now and say somebody else has to give the shiur. Whatever, it's 2 minutes. I'll be back in 1 minute, guys. What? No, I'll tell somebody to take it off with his teeth and unbutton it or whatever. Something, I don't know what.
Jump up and down.
Totally, when I jump up and down, my shirt doesn't fall off. Okay? No?
1 second.
What's the answer? Whoever says the answer, I'll give him the car.
Hold your breath the whole shot.
You get the car. No? But you have to drive me home, and I'm not good, but I don't have snow tires. What? What's the extent? What do you say? You remember from last time, so then you don't get my car. But you can have the key to the office because you said the truth. No? What's the answer?
Turn upside down and they'll fall out.
That wasn't the answer. No? Why? What do you mean? Chamshi got the car. Oh no, tackled him. He just said he was just Makavan to Benzin Abishayel. By Bookie, you have a shutif. Right? You have a shutif for 4 kiddushin. That's a 4 kiddush svara. That's a 4. Give me my keys right now. It's a 4 kiddush svara. Right? How to say? 4 kiddush svara. Dr. Ben Sina Abishal, such a beautiful svar. He says, here, the shirt that we spoke about, the original shirt that we spoke about, Rabbi Isai, was I told you, or my son's case or whatever, he had the snow, I love it. He has the ear pods inside the shirt. He has a snow svar, it's a snow svar. It's come from Shemayim, they love it in Shemayim, this svar. He has inside his shirt, he has ear pod, right? And he put it there, bedafka, and he wasn't wearing the shirt. So then that shirt became a bus, the whole shaila, no games, okay? Because the whole shirt is a bus, no games. But over here, I'm wearing the shirt that Benishmashes. So the shirt is doing two things. It's serving the ear pods, and it's also serving shragi. So it's a bus, the davra aser and davra mutter. And I hope the davra mutter, some people, the ear pods are more important than they are, right? But I hope that the davra mutter is more important than the davra aser. But the shirt is a basis of davra. If I'm wearing it, the whole ben hashmashes, and then do you love that svara? Right? That's the svara you dance in the snow from such a svara, right? Bus. What's on top? It's serving me. What's the nafkamina? We spoke about a basis once. On top, on the bottom. Doesn't make a difference. It's serving me this way. It's serving me that way. It's serving. It's holding. You know, whoever doesn't love the svara has to leave right now in the snow.
What's the first shirt?
What? The first shirt I wasn't wearing it. I wasn't wearing it. Bus. Murdered. What? Doesn't matter. It's mishamish me though. That's the chiddush. The chiddush of Rabbi Tzina, the Pri Megadim was the other direction. The Pri Megadim was the other direction. Here we're talking about something mutter. I know. I guess let's say it like this. We're talking about a mutter, a shragi, right? That what? That the shirt is serving. A shirt is serving me in this direction and in that direction. Why can't the shirt serve me in both directions? Why can't the shirt serve me in both directions? Now that chiddush is there's a nekudas chiddush over here because it's not holding up. Maybe a bus has to be holding up. That's a nekudas chiddush. We spoke about that side, but you add that together with the svara that it was only 15 minutes, and maybe the shachach works here, and that. So then it's enough to philosoph. Every time Friday might be Friday might be shachach. No, but it might be a shachach. The moment might be a shachach. All right, but it might be a shachach. It might be a shaita when he put it in. I'm not sure. You have to know the case. What? So now it's tiltum min atzad. That is ef shebenir, because we said that's also called the ef shebenir. I'm going to leave part that's called the ef shebenir. So now my shirt is not a muksa. So it's, what am I doing? I'm carrying that's tiltum min atzad. It's tiltum min atzad. I'm not going to expose myself, right? So it's tiltum min atzad, and it's ef shebenir. Now, as the snow begins to stick, I'll leave you with two shilas, and then I will be running. Right? Let me. Unfortunately, I would love to hear your question, Rabbi Maman, but I don't want to. Yeah, I see it's coming down. They really like this more in Shemayim. So it's not sticking. Sticking a little bit. That little bit is. Advice like there's certain things you can't be a little bit pregnant. A little bit. Slush. Froze. Where is he? Where's Froze? Where is he? Froze. Look. Kitzah, Baisai. You have a question? What's the question?
Let's say you had a
Mincha Ma'ariv. Okay, so it could be davar heter, davar also. Yeah. Say it, but I don't carry around the. It's in the mikvah also. Don't forget. So I didn't want to be only at davar heter. Let's go back. Baisai. Let's go back. What? A regular what? A regular pocket, like a bag pocket. Interesting. Sort of, yeah. Ironically, right. Yeah. Now it doesn't matter because only the pocket is muksa in the bag pocket. Don't call it a regular pocket. It's called a bag pocket by the English. The Americans call it independent pocket. Independent, right? There's male, there's female. That's okay. Good. Now watch. Herzchaim. I want to give you two things to think about. If you want to see Yossi Spire smile, so then I'm going to give you two things to think about. Take that, yeah. Two things to think about. Okay? So it's like this. One thing to think about is what Goyin Rosh Shlomo Zalman said. Goyin HaGadol Rosh Shlomo Zalman. This is in basically everything we read today. I'd like you to read it today. In Mishnah Berurah, since you've gotten Lamed Aleph over here, you'll read it. The whole sif should now flow. We didn't get to draws. It looks like we'll have to talk about that tomorrow. Mishnah Berurah says this idea in Sif Lamed about the patch pocket, what I just said, and everything is simple. There's two things I want you to think about. In the Shmir Shabbos, Where did I write down where she is? The Shmir Shabbos is in Chaf, Reish, Ayin. Now, let me say one more thing. Rabbi Spire asked me for a case of an ishmetes. I'll give you a good example. Let's say somebody has a phone attached to his belt. You know those chevra? I always wanted to be that guy. Never worked. It's the same guy, the guy with the keys and does. I was never that. It's not my thing. But you know the guy with the belt and the you know what I'm talking about? Is the Yoili, the kids, you know what I'm talking about. You can say yes. Yes. Yeah, this so makes us so happy, Rabbi Shalom. He has what's it called? He has a belt, and on the belt, he has a phone. On the belt, he has the phone. Everyone knows what I'm talking about? Right? Erev Shabbos, he got caught, fragnished, the mikvah, whatever, right? Hatzola, yeah? He got caught on Hatzola. So he didn't have a chance to change his pants for Shabbos, and he knew these pants are having the belt, and they're having let's say it's a case of munach. I don't want to get involved how we get a case of munach, but imagine it's a munach, okay? Because if it's shachar, it's nicht on the ganze shayla, okay? So it's a munach. So now, Erev Shabbos, he's wearing, okay, I don't want to make it he's wearing the pants, because then we have our scarf of Mitzina B'Shol. So he took off his pants, right? And he's hanging them in the closet and whatever, shine. And now on Shabbos, Gewalt, he's got the whole soup spills all over his pants. Gewalt. Now, what happens? He says, I got to change my pants, right? So he goes to the closet. He says, okay, these ones match. And he wants to put them on. Are they muksa? The whole pants are muksa. Everything. The pants, the belt. Why? That's nishmetes. That's an example of nishmetes. Nishmetes means what? If it comes apart, the belt comes apart, the belt comes out, right? It's on the belt. The nishmetes, so if the belt is muksa, so are the pants. Okay, you wanted a case? No, the shirt is a different lumdus. The shirt, because the basis is the actual shirt. Here it's the case of the Gemara of nishmetes. Okay, clear? What? I understand, but it's still considered a tuffle part to the pants. It's like the wagon, right? The wheel is what makes the wagon drive. It's the exact same thing. Mamish the exact same. This is not my case. This is Kimat the Mishabru's case in Sivkat and Lami. Kimat. Excuse me, what? What do you mean? What's that going to okay, could be whatever heter he has. What? I said, why? In any case, he has to. You mean, okay, that's a big shot. I mean, yeah, and I do want to speak about that. How are we misyaches in general to items in a hospital, Hatzalah radios? It's a separate topic. The truth is, we will talk. We have to talk. How come we didn't talk about it until now? Why didn't we talk about it? What? We talked about it before? Okay, why wouldn't I have talked about it? It must be the oven at the door. Okay, but listen a second. I'm very sorry. Let me say one last thing. I want you to think about this. Okay? Think about this. Come to gain goyim Rav Shlomo Zalman. He's not afraid of anybody. Mishabur says that back in the pants, that's a problem. He's not afraid to ask questions. I'm not afraid to ask questions. Shlomo Zalman in the Shmir Shabbos in the 20th parak in rain, listen to his svara, and then I'm going to explain his svara. He says, maybe it's very different. Maybe pants without a pocket. You look at pants without a pocket, that it's pogum. It's ruined pants. Would anybody buy pants without a pocket? Oh, so I was wondering, like today, are there people that are maybe even cool that they have pants without pockets? I was wondering this talk. What? No, pants, not shirts, right? No, the Litvaks, I'm saying. What? Pants without pockets. No, what? You know what I mean? But not like sweatpants and like pajamas, lach, and things like that. Regular pants without pockets. What? Who says yes? Who says yes? Who says no? What? Do they ever have such? Rosh Shlomo Zalman, in the time of Rosh Shlomo Zalman, one thing about Rosh Shlomo Zalman, and Nishkeveng cool. He was not cool. Doesn't cool. He's the coolest dude in the world, right? What? But I don't mean like the Bacham interesting weird, that are wearing tights and things like that. I mean like, what? I mean like normal. What? But they'll wear them as like dress pants and things like that. What? That type of pants. I'm saying right there. He needs those type of pants, right? Not yet. But Rabbi said the proceeds go to the Kallus. Now listen. He says, Rosh Shlomo Zalman, that you know what? And he said the svara, which you can, we could play with the svara if you agree. If not, the Shlomo Zalman says pants without a pocket is weird, and therefore you can't look at it as just thoughtful. That's what he says. One moment. He says, what? Don't fully verstehen, Shlomo Zalman. You can't have a wagon without wheels, says Rabbi Lieberman. Right? I don't fully verstehen Rabbi Shlomo Zalman, and I don't feel so bad to understand Shlomo Zalman because in the Morah Shabbos, in the 503rd page, he says, I didn't mean it le'alacha. I just wanted you to think. That's what he writes. So I decided to think. That's all Rosh Hashanah wanted, right? Wait a minute. Rabbi said, what if I'm going to kasha? And this is where I tell you the last mice, okay? There I was, lo yaleinu v'lo yalechem. Right? Where's Levi? No, he's not even here today. He's afraid of us. Okay, Shane sits right there. Right? There I was in Africa. Okay? Now, it's true in Africa, it's normal to not wear clothing, even when you speak, right? And I was speaking. That's why I went there. I went there to speak. There's Levi. He's about to really get enjoyment, right? And I was speaking, and in the middle, the wire was driving me nuts. There was a wire like this, and it was driving me nuts. And so I just went like this. Little did I realize that the reason why it was driving me nuts, it was attached to my pants over here, right? And I went like this, and I heard, not cool. Totally not cool, right? I've been saving this story for so long, you should only know, right? What? This was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago. 1.5 years ago. And I came back with stories from Turkey. I came back with a lot of good stuff, right? The giraffe still, whatever. Kids are, so a lot of stories. But anyways, invite them at the Shiur, right? It was dark. Baruch Hashem, it was dark. That's how I was on stage and whatever, and it was dark and whatever. And there it is, and I know what's going on. I know what's going on. What's going to happen? I talked and talked and talked. All right, I'm not stopping this drasha forever. All right, I'm going to go and go and go. Then I started realizing, what, in Africa, man, I'm overdressed. Well, that's, and I remember, afterward, I had to, every person that came over to me, I had to stand like this, and like this. I was like the whole time standing like this, the whole time, right? Everybody thought I was weird, but it's all right. What I think about everybody else is my business. And the kids are, I'm standing like this. When I was there, and I'm telling this afterwards to my wife, right? And I'm telling her, I wonder, what is it that Hashem wanted from me? And what was it, right? And then I realized, I realized the svara. Shlomo Zalman talks about this pocket over here, and he says that pants without the pocket would look weird. Pants without the pocket would look weird, right? Because it does, that's an interesting svara. A wagon without wheels would also be weird. And what Rabbi said, there's another reason why there's a difference. Maybe the Mishnah Berurah was not talking about the bag pocket of the pants. Maybe he was talking about a bag pocket like in my suit. Derech agav, on your jacket pocket, sometimes you can have a bag down here, right? And sometimes you don't have a bag. You just have that, it's a patch pocket. Everybody understands what I'm talking about, I hope, right? You have a patch pocket on the outside. This happens to have a bag pocket. In here, it happens to have a bag pocket. What would happen if this was ripped off? Would I be embarrassed? I wouldn't be embarrassed, right? What would happen if this pocket was ripped off? What would happen if my pants pocket was ripped off, right? So then Rabbi said mikvah, right? What would happen if the bag pocket was in my pants, not in my jacket? So then everybody be able to see in, right? Like a little window, Darton. No, we're going to have a little fence to do. No, kick those balls, was kicks the balls. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm home, at the Chamensh. He's walking. Oh. You want to tell him? What are you laughing at? Jaime, you're Kayin. Yeah? Get hold of yourself. Yeah? You want to tell him? So if there's anybody in the world that could say that the pocket on your pants is tuffle, I can say it's tuffle. It's tuffle. It's a very integral part because if this is missing, right? So then, right? Verstehst? Who agrees in my svara? Rosh Hashanah wanted us to think. He wanted us to be ma'ayin. I don't know. I'm very nervous that we don't have any Mishnah Berurah. Mishnah Berurah, in the time of Mishnah Berurah, they didn't have pants like this. Rabbi Shwade, in the time of Mishnah Berurah, they had pants like this? No. Right? Rabbi Sher? No. They didn't have pants like this. They had jackets maybe with bags and everything and palchalach and dust. They had pockets that the pocket itself was the baguette, and if it would rip off. So I don't know. Maybe this is, just like you understand, this is one big baguette because I need it. I don't know. Maybe Mishnah Berurah wouldn't be make on the case of the pants. And then it's not just a pocket that's muksa. Okay? Then it's one big baguette. What?
Still down, put your hand here. It's still considered pants. It's not called that, it's called something else.
Who cares? It's still called pants, but it's an integral part of the beged. Rabbi Spider, it's called a speedo. It's not called pants. What's with you? What? Oh no, Yossi's here. Okay. I thank you for all joining me today as I try to run for my life.
I'll take you back.
You'll take me back. Go learn, Rabbi Sai.
Tomorrow, Rabbi's getting home later.
Go learn. Call too, guys. I think this thing should be rated R. Make sure that, Huh?